Alright, so we'll start with this chapter first, physical quantities and measurements. Alright, so what comes to your mind when you say measurements? Okay, so what is measurement? Basically, we'll work on it. So measurement, basically, when you think of measurement, we see something like a beam balance. We keep some things on one pan. Okay, an unknown quantity, say for example potatoes, or we keep sugar, rice, anything on one pan, and a standard quantity. Okay, over here on the other pan, and we measure it. So once it becomes equal, once it is balanced, we say that the amount now which is there in the pan is 1 kg. So basically what we do is we compare quantity that is unknown quantity. So this quantity over here is an unknown quantity. We are comparing it with a standard quantity. So this is a standard quantity. Alright, so this is measurement. So why we need this standard quantity? Alright. So need for standard quantity is because in olden times people used to use different ways of measuring it. Okay, cubit, handspan, foot, or pace to measure length. Okay. Now the issue with this kind of thing was that it was highly inaccurate. Okay, and why it was inaccurate? Because people come with different shapes and sizes. All right. So there was a lot of discrepancies. To avoid this, okay, to avoid this confusion and maintain uniformity, okay, we have standard quantity. All right, so to avoid the confusion and to maintain uniformity would be that it should be same everywhere. Say 1 meter, what 1 meter is in US, the same 1 meter would be in India. Okay, so there should be a uniformity in it. Even now we have some issues when we buy shoe. Okay, the US numbering is different, the Indian numbering is different, so there is no uniformity in that. That's why there is a confusion. Okay, otherwise, so to avoid that, they have uniformity so that they can maintain it. All right, now this is standard quantity. This standard quantity is nothing but it is called as unit. So unit is basically the standard quantity. All right. Now, who decides what the standard quantity or unit should be? Now, there should be an organization that will decide what the standard quantity, how much this 1 kg should be. Okay, what should be 1 meter, how much should be the length of 1 meter scale. Okay, so yes, it is called as International System of Units. So, International System of Units, they decide how much 1 kg should be, how much one length should be. Now, this system was organized. So, there was in 1960, scientists came together and they accepted a set of systems or set of units. Okay, they called it as SI units. Okay, so it is based on the name International System of Units, out of which we'll study three of them. This is kilogram, you see over here, mass, I'm sorry, meter, and this is second. Okay, so these are the three units. These are called as fundamental units. There are seven of them. These are the seven fundamental units which they accepted, and later on they worked on it, and more you'll study later. Okay, now you'll be wondering, since it is an international system of units, it should be IS, not SI, but this was organized in France, and in France they call it as the Lie System International D units. So from here they got its name SI, hence it's called as SI units. Alright people, thank you so much. Bye.